separate from like some of the other models. And yeah, there were sales going on, but didn't have the same feeling as the other fairs that happened in Miami. And I guess like I knew that Seven was going to be different, but I wasn't anticipating it like being that different.
Well, it didn't have the booth model that all the other shows had. And
Yeah.
that in itself, plus that great gallery on the wall, melded all the galleries that were showing there together. I think that really made the whole thing fabulous compared to some of the other ones that were so sell.
Was there anything like structurally different between Seven and a typical art fair in terms of the actual economics of getting in and like how the money was distributed and like the payouts and all that?
Well, maybe I can talk a little bit about that.
It was pretty economically different, I think. How is Seven different economically from the other art fairs?
Well, I heard two questions there. One was economically and one was sort of access-wise. Access-wise, believe it or not, it was a little more exclusive because you probably only knew about it if you were on one of the mailing list of those galleries.
But it was also free to go in.
Yeah, it was
Right,
free.
no, but in terms of the galleries who were involved,
So, I mean, one of the things that the previous version of Seven that Joe did by design, Joe Enright, the director of Perotti Gallery who invented it, was only target those people who were his collectors. So you didn't have what we lovingly call the stroller crowd coming through that fair. And so to some degree, as open as it was, in fact it was free, it was by design a little more exclusive than those other venues. So economically it was as open, I think, as anything in Miami could ever be.
And then structurally, it wasn't like a big, box booth fair. All the art was hung face up. The artwork, and
The goal was to give each art piece as best a presentation as possible to let the viewer experience that art in the best context possible, as opposed to the cookie cutter boxes of the typical booth-based stuff.
there were no booths. Everything was interspersed, which is unusual.
Yes.